Hi guys. I'm like right on time today. I've been like really excited about this one. I'm kind of excited about all the lives that I do, but this one I really do enjoy making. I found myself going back to the store and I ended up buying more of those hat forms. Uh, I also ended up buying more of those little jars that I made the cat in the hat, the top part of the hat. So I bought several of those so I can make more. And and it's not just going to be the cat in the hats that I make out of those. I'll probably make a snowman hat gnome out of one of those as well. But with this one here, I'm just going to start out with the supplies that I need. So all that I did was I got one of these here, and they're really, I want to say they're maybe 4 inches. Yeah, about 4.5 inches tall. But all of their forms that they always have it covered with this tinsel. And I'm not a fan of the tinsel. I really like to put my own spin on it and kind of doll them up a little bit. So all that you need is a hat. And from the Dollar Tree, they have tons of different socks. They have the fuzzy ones, they have regular ones. So I ended up just buying several different ones. So this is one that I'm going to do. This one's going to be a steampunk one. And then I'm also going to do 2 bunny ones. I ended up getting a really tall sock. This one's going to be a purple bunny. And then I ended up getting this one here. These two, somebody asked me if I could make them specific colors. So these will be for somebody that I work with. So all that you need is a pair of socks. You only need one though. Unless I found that there are some that are really, really thin. And what I do is I just double it up. So I do one and you can kind of see through it if it's a light color. So then I just put that second one on, and that seems to hide a little bit of the form on the inside. And then all that you need after the hat and the sock, you just need the embellishments. So some ribbon, lace, let's see, what else have I gotten? This one here, I had some gears that I had gotten at Walmart. So that's going to be the steampunk one. I ended up getting some buttons and some little Victorian buttons as well. So I figured for the steampunk one, I'll use all of those little buttons. And I had some lace from the Dollar Tree as well. It comes on a spool. For the Easter ones that I do, you need one of the forms, whatever color sock you want. And for the ears, I use one of these little dust mop pads. And on the back, you can kind of see where it's been stitched. Well, in between with those stitches, you're going to cut along. So you can make 4 sets of ears out of one dust mop. Or you can use them for gnomes, because I do that as well. But it's very easy. I'll end up cutting one of these. I have one cut for one of them, but not the other one. Just so I could show you. Hi, Sarah. So then, where it's not stitched, like in between, you can see like a little space. And right through there is where I cut. So then this one piece here cut in half, that's going to be a set of ears. So there's that. And then first thing I do, I thought, well, I could just leave this and cover it with the sock, but you can still see like the points and stuff through the sock. So I found it's a little bit easier to take this tinsel off to where you're just left with the form. this is what it looks like underneath. And I did put a sock because I thought, oh, well, maybe those points will make it look a little bit better if I left it on there. So I did leave one. This is what it looks like if you don't clip these little nubs off. And I took the tinsel off of this one too because the sock wasn't fitting right. But I thought, well, I wonder if those little nubs will leave like a really cute effect on there. It does, but if you use one of the smaller socks, about this size, those little nubs scratch your fingers and your knuckles like no other. So I don't think I'll make any more with the nubs on there. I will definitely snip those off because it's not a fun craft, and crafts are supposed to be fun. So I'm going to go ahead and start. I'm going to do the steampunk one first from start to finish, and then I'll do the bunnies. Oh, and just a heads up, I have another craft. I might do it in another video later on, but they have these, and there's a set of 3. They're chained or like linked together, and I took all the stuff off, and I wrapped it with yarn. It's a pain in the tush to wrap it, and I'll probably try several different ways before I do this one live, but oh my gosh, I had to show ya. It turned out so cute. So I'm going to try to find an easier way to wrap that one. And then I'll do it in a live. So with the hats, what I do is they come apart pretty easy. There's like 4 little spots at the bottom, 4 little points. And I just take that off. It just makes it a little bit easier to pull that stuff off of there. And I'm just going to pull off this cardboard buckle. Then you just find the end and you unwrap it. Sometimes the black one is attached to this one. And if it is a little bit hard to get off of there, you can use scissors and just snip it. Once you get to the top, it kind of goes back and forth. So I'm just letting it do most of the work. Sometimes at the end, it'll get a little tricky to undo it. But I found most of them have been pretty easy to take all the stuff off. Okay. Set that aside. And I found all the forms that I have gotten from the Dollar Tree, that I have taken all the tinsel off. Every single one has the little nubs on it. Some of them I've been able to keep those little nubs on there. But this one, it will really scratch you good if you leave it on there. So I've been taking my little clippers and snipping them. I'll show you how to do that here in a sec. In these crafts, you can make them as elaborate or as simple as you want them. And if you want, you can attach this now before you clip it, but I've been clipping them beforehand. And the first time I did clip these, I wasn't watching where I was snipping, and they were just going all over. I think I still have little clippings over there. So the more I've done these, the better I've gotten at it. So I just kind of place my little cutters to cut that little peg, and I'm going to put my finger on the top part not where I'm cutting, because you don't want your hand underneath because you run the risk of cutting your finger, but just on the top to hold that nub in those clippers, and then that will keep it where it's gonna where you want it to go. If you don't do that, when you clip them, they will shoot across the room. And they come off fairly easy. You don't have to like fight really hard with it. It comes off really, really good. And it can have a little bit left on there. You don't have to cut into the ring. You just want most of that little nub off of there, so it doesn't fight with your sock and scratch you to bits. This is the part that takes the longest, is taking all of this apart and snipping them. But once you get this part done and down, it goes so fast. And like I said, just watch your fingers so you don't cut yourself with your clippers. Now this part here, it also has the little nubs on the sides here. Those, I've been keeping them because they're not that far out and it doesn't affect it. But the ones up here at the top, that really will snag ya. So I've been snipping those. These ones are a little bit harder because I don't know if my camera will show it. See how it's a little bit thicker because it's going out kind of like at an angle. So that will make it a little bit harder than what those other ones were. But either way, it's going to make it a lot easier to do the craft without these on there. And see, I even had my hand on that and it still went flying. If you are concerned, you can wear safety glasses. I have mine on the top of my head just for the simple fact when I have them on, you can see my ring light in the lenses. So most of the time in my videos, you'll see them on the top of my head. But I will use them if I'm reading something or if I'm having a hard time seeing. And after I get this one all snipped, which I'm just about done, I'm going to also show you, if you can't find these little hat forms, there is other ways to create the little hats. I'm also going to do the ones on the top, because I want the top of the hat to be smooth. The top part here doesn't hurt you, like, it won't scratch you that much because they're not that wide, but I just want the top of the hat to look a little bit more smooth. That's the only reason why I'm cutting those. Just about done with this, and then I'll show you that little trick if you cannot find one of these forms. Once you have it all done, the little legs on there, there's a special spot, and you just hook those back in there. And it's pretty simple. It goes back together really good. Now, if you can't find this form, I end up making a smaller one. And I'm an optician, so I had to do the glasses. It turned out so cute. There's a really easy way of doing it. You can use cardboard for the bottom brim of the hat if you want, but all that I used, I have these sheets of plastic canvas, and I just used one of my ribbon spools, and I cut out a circle because that size worked best for me. And then I have tons of these little tumbler cups. They're just little tumbler cups. I want to say it is about 3.5 inches tall. And all I did was I glued it on that little circle of plastic canvas, and then I just covered it in a sock. It works so quick, easy, simple. Hi, Cheyenne. Oh, thank you. I find myself addicted to all of my crafts. And so I start doing one, and then I end up, it feels like I'm doing a million of them because I don't want to stop. I want to keep doing them. But sometime this summer, I want to do like a vendor show and have a booth. So I'm trying to keep some of my stuff just for that occasion. I want to be able to have a booth sometime this summer. But some of the stuff I want to keep for myself too. Half the time I end up giving it away. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and do the steampunk one. And this step here, a lot of people have been asking me, how do you get the sock on the form? It's just like putting a sock on your foot. You just put your hand in it, like you're going to put it on your foot. The part that goes along your toe, that little seam, I'm going to put that along the edge of the hat. That way I know where the toe is. So that goes right around that top. See how quick and simple this is going? Oh my goodness. Anybody can do this. My grandbabies are probably going to want to do some. Good thing I bought more forms. So then all that you do is you just put it around that edge, and then you pull that to the center. Can you see? And then there's a hole there. Any extra, like that big purple sock, is going to have quite a bit. You can either cut that off and then tuck the extra inside, or you can just shove all of that extra inside there. And with this, since I don't have tons pushed up in there, I don't know how well it shows on there. See how you can somewhat see through there a little bit? After a while, you're not going to be able to see it that much, or unless you're up really close. But those little battery tea lights, you can put this over top, and you can light the inside of this hat and put it like in a centerpiece or something, or on a tray, one of those tiered trays. Oh my goodness. The possibilities are just endless. I love this craft. A lot of people think I'm crazy because I fall in love with everything that I do. But I don't even know how I got really inspired by it either. I've seen people use them for hats for the gnomes and all that, but I thought, I just want to cover them. And then the first one I made, my daughter goes, oh, that makes me think of the Mad Hatter. So, of course, I had to do a Mad Hatter one as well. And I have them all in a little tub down here, so when I'm done, I'll bring them all out to show you. And when I did my prep last night, a lot of people just go willy-nilly, but I have to prep at least a little bit. Otherwise, I feel like I'm not gonna do it right, or I'm gonna miss something. But last night, when I was doing my prep, I got my ribbon and I cut it. And then I also glued a little piece of the lace down as well, because I wanted that little touch of lace on there. And this might even be a little bit too long, but I can cut it if I need to. And I'm a little particular with how the hats go. A lot of times that seam, I've been putting them towards the front. It doesn't matter. You can't really see it depending on the sock. And if you use the fluffy ones, you can't see that seam. So all that I do is I'm going to put some glue down at the bottom. And then that's where you're going to place your ribbon. And see, I'm already loving how this one's looking. I'm going to grab my scissors. And snip it about there. Okay, then I'm just going to put a dab of glue right at that seam. And then I'm going to attach this. There we go. Ooh, a pocket watch and bunny ears would be cute too. And see, if you bought several of these and you had like a crafting party, everybody's brains all in one room, oh my goodness, the ideas that you would get for all of those hats. You could do like an entire show, like Alice in Wonderland. You could do the Mad Hatter, you could do the bunny. You can do tons and tons of ideas. Alright, so all I'm going to do is I'm just going to spill these out. And I also made a little bow because I wasn't sure if I was going to want to put that on the hat as well with the steampunk. I'll let you guys choose. So I just have several different gears, and I think on this one though I do want to use that moth. So I have like the little clocks, little hearts with gears, boots. And this is the fun part because the hat's already done. Now all you got to do is decorate it however you want. And there's really no wrong way of doing it. It's just however you feel like doing it. Oh, we could do Doctor Who. Danny, I do have more hats. I ended up buying more last night because I didn't want to run out. So if you guys come tomorrow, we're definitely going to have to maybe do some crafting. So I definitely want that one on there. I don't know if I want that to be hidden though. And I always want to put the seam towards the back. Danny, we will make it happen. A nerdy crafting day. I've got plenty of stuff. I think I'm gonna go ahead and glue this one down. You just have to make sure your seam is still to the back. And just kind of hold it in place for a second. Renee, that is the hardest part. Okay, so see, even if you left it just like that, I mean, that would be just a simple hat, but it still turns out so cute. And I've been finding that on all the hats that I've made, most of them have the embellishments on a side, except for the bunny ones. Those have it on the front where the ears are. But all the other ones, I've been putting all the embellishments to the side. I think I'm going to place the moth. I'm just going to go for it. I was going to wait and place him later, but I don't want to forget to put him in there. I'm going to place him up just slightly so he's a little bit higher than all the other stuff. So I can kind of layer. See how I put him a little bit higher up? I do like how that looked. If I set that there. That's cute. I might not use that one. Do you guys find yourself talking to yourself when you do crafts a lot? And if they stick out, if these buttons stick out a little bit too far, I can cut off the little hole. I think I'm going to put this one on there first. Yeah, I like how this one's turning out. So all that I did was I put a little itty bitty one right down here. Now I'm going to place this one. And with that one, I could have placed it as a square or a diamond. And when I was placing it, I had it look like the square. But I kind of got it, in my eye, it looked like it was getting lost with the ribbon or the lace that I have around there. So I turned it to where it's more like a diamond. That way it'll stand out just a little bit more. like how this is turning out. What do you guys think so far? I don't want to put too much, but I love how it's looking. Just kind of looking at placement right now, just to see. Yeah. I should have learned by now that I should not doubt myself, because I end up really liking a lot of the placements. I should just go for it every time. And I find myself looking like twice and 3 times just to make sure that it is exactly where I'm wanting it. With the clock, I wanted to really make sure that it's right side up. I do not want an upside down clock. I think this hat's almost done. This one, the placement's really different. So I'm putting the glue down first. I like that. Okay, I think for those I am done. But I'm going to let you decide whether I add a bow or if I leave it. So I'm looking at the back. This is the front. Should I put a bow to the back? Or even like up here on the opposite side? Or leave the bow off altogether? I love how these look. They turn out so cute. think if I did some of these and made them for a vendor fair, I'm thinking they would sell. Should I put the bow? The lacy bow? Like I could put it towards the back. That way, when it's up here, it's just a hint in the back. I do like how that looks. I think I'm going to go ahead and go for it. Put that bow in the back. The other steampunk one that I did not put a bow on it. Matter of fact, I could grab it. They're just right here. So this is the other steampunk one that I did. They turn out so cute. Maybe I should put an orange bow on this one or just leave it. This one could be a boy and this one could be a girl. They turn out so adorable though, and so fast after you get all that prep done. So this one I'm going to go ahead and just set aside. Hi, Robin. I love them. All right, so the next one I'm going to do is going to be a bunny. After I clean up just slightly. If I don't clean up as I go, I end up with stuff everywhere. Okay, so this one I've already cut all of the little nubs off. But I'm going to do the same thing. Just like you're putting your socks on. Then you're going to pull that sock up and over. And I had seen somebody else had done one where they were going to make it a hat for a gnome. And they left the sock all scrunched up so it had like crinkles and everything in it. It looked really cute. But for what I'm wanting it for, I like it nice and smooth. And you know, this could also, now that I'm seeing the purple, it could also be a Willy Wonka hat. I could put candy all over it, make a Willy Wonka one. That'd be so cute. I love how the brain just keeps going when you're doing the crafts. One idea leads into another one. Okay. Oh, and this little form. For this one here, I took these little pieces of cardboard off. And that made my little template for the inside of the ears for this bunny. So all I did was cut some purple from some felt using that little template. And then I had already cut one strip from that dust mop. And just a heads up, when you do cut this dust mop, oh my goodness, it sheds like crazy. So then you're going to find the middle, and over your trash can, you're going to snip it to where you cut it in half. And then I just kind of shake it over that trash can a little bit, just to get all the loose pieces. Otherwise, it's going to shed everywhere. So there you go. Oh, I almost forgot. You need a couple popsicle sticks. I'll be right back. See, I prepped and I still forgot something. It works, so good thing my room's not humongous. Or on separate. Good thing everything's in the same room. And I don't have to go to a different room. So, I want to make sure the length is what I want it. Yeah. Then I'm just going to glue these popsicle sticks to the back of that duster. I do think the fluffy Swiffer pad would work. I just used what I had on hand at the time, and I like how these look. And if we didn't have this, even like a white towel or even felt. I've made gnomes with bunny ears where all I did was use white felt and then made the inside of the ear a different color. It all works. I really love how fluffy this is. And if you didn't want to use the popsicle sticks, I don't think you would have to. You could glue it straight to the form and it would work. I just want them to be, I don't know, a little bit more stiff than what they are. I didn't want them flopping over as easy. And see on the back, you can somewhat see that popsicle stick. But you can put glue there and take some of this fluff. Or you can even turn down that top part just a smidge to hide it. And see how there's just a little bit more space there? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a dab of glue on the top of that or the popsicle stick. And then I'm just going to turn this down. That way when you put that up there, you're not going to see that popsicle stick. But it would still work. To me, this just gives it a little bit more of a finished look, and it looks like it's fluffy all around. And like this one, it has like a little piece that sits out just a little bit more than what I like. I'm just going to give him a little haircut. There we go. So that works. That looks really, really cute. And then I had just a small piece of that dust mop. And so I just took one little spot. That's going to be the tail. So on the back of it, I'll glue that to the back and it'll look like a little tail. And if I don't like the shape that this is giving off, I can always shape it with my scissors. But first, I'm going to figure out what I want for around here. I can use like a ribbon. This would work really good for a Willy Wonka one too. It's a gold one, like really shiny. Makes me think of the golden ticket. But when I was looking and prepping last night, I thought this is just chunky yarn that I've got tons left over from other crafts that I have done. So I just snipped off a little piece, and I thought that would look cute because it kind of goes with the bunny ears. So I think for this one, I'm going to go ahead and just use this. And then my seam is right there, so I'm going to try to keep that to the front. That's just me. You don't have to have it to the front because it's not really that noticeable. All that you're doing is keeping that in place. And for that little itty bitty piece that I'm going to use as my tail, I am going to trim it just slightly. Kind of form a circle so it doesn't look like a square. Then I'm going to go ahead and put that on the back. Last time I almost forgot the tail. Once it was all done, I kind of let out a gasp when I realized it and went, oh my god, I gotta give him a tail. Oh my goodness. So, had to go back and snip a little piece, and he looked so cute. Okay, so there's his bottom. He has a little puffball. Alright, so before I put the ears on there, I'm going to go ahead and put the centers in there. And when I cut it, you'll see one side is more rounded than the other from that little template that I used. I'm putting that rounder edge towards the outside of his ear. And I'm just placing the little insides where I want them. And this is where that stitching, where they stitched the fluff to the thing, it's going to hide that stitching on the inside. I love how these turn out. And then once you have those how you like them. Hi, David. Okay. So then I'm going to make sure the back is in the back, and I'm going to go ahead and glue the ears down. love how you cannot see that popsicle stick. Kind of gives it a more finished look there. And I normally leave just a little space in between the ears. It's looking so cute already. There. Now I have ears. You could use pipe cleaners, then they would bend. That way you can have like one flopping over. Ooh, I should do that on one of them. That would be really cute. Maybe I'm going to go grab a thing of white pipe cleaners, because I'm going to do that on the other one. Good idea. Okay. So I'm going to do that on the next one. Because that way I can have one flop over if you want. I love that you guys watch these videos and give me ideas. I feel like I'm not just doing the craft by myself. You guys make the crafts even more better. Okay, so now that I have this, I'm wondering about embellishments. These here, I got them at the Dollar Tree. They had powder candy inside. I took all the candy out. But I thought, oh my goodness, that would be a cute embellishment. And then they also had these little styrofoam eggs. And then, let's see, I've got some purple ribbon. I can make a bow. And I've also got a little flower. So we'll see how this goes. A lot of times I just kind of set it in front of me. And then just let my brain work just to see how I want the placement. I don't want it to be overpowered. I do kind of like that though. And then maybe have a bow. Hi Cass, hi Bailey. So all I'm going to do is make a little bow. So I'm thinking I might put a bow on this. Maybe I'll add white to it as well. And I know I do waste a lot of ribbon. I don't measure. So far though, even though I don't measure and everything, my crafts work out. Eventually, I'll probably get a special bow maker, because I know I would use it. Okay, so I will work the tails later. I think I'm going to glue carrot. I'm going to show you what I'm kind of thinking. I'm going to glue the carrot here. Have the flower come up and around just slightly so the carrot's sticking up out of it. And then have an Easter egg with the bow off to the side. Girls, I'll see what I can do, okay? I always like to watch my video back just to make sure that it turns out okay. But I will get a hold of you guys. And this carrot candy holder, it has writing on part of it, on each side. So what I'm doing is I'm putting it to where you can't see that writing at first glance. And if you can see some of it, it's going to be hidden a little bit with this flower. This flower stem, though, looks way too big. Okay. I love how these turn out. And I know I say that a lot. If you guys get tired of hearing me say that, just let me know. But I really do. I love how they turn out. And the person getting this one, they mean quite a bit to me, so I'm really glad that they're going to get this one. I put that there and put the bow on the top. Even though I already decided how I want it, I'm still looking to see if I want a different placement. Just because it is a special one. I still like the placement that I had before, so. I know you can't see it yet, but it's turning out really cute. And I will flip it here in a second. go. One more snip, and then this one should be done. So there's the back end. And her favorite color is purple, so that's why purple was chosen for her. They turn out so adorable. I can't wait for them to get them too. So that one is done. Now I will work on the blue one. And I also have the one that still has the nubs on it. I'm going to go ahead and decorate that one as well. Somebody will probably like it, but it is a little pokey. So I'm going to put this purple away. This one, all that they said was they wanted blue. So I used that little piece and used some felt in the accent color of my blue sock. And then again, just like you're putting them on your feet, this one, I want to try to see if that toe part will fit all the way on the top. So I'm going to stretch it. And then bring that up and over. And where the heel is, I want to hide that underneath. Like it's not even there. That way when they are displaying it, it looks the same all the way around. There, I think that works pretty good. Here we go. With this one, I think I'm going to do the blue up a little bit higher because I want it to have a wider band. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. So this blue, I'm going to put up on there just a little bit. And see, this one, you can't really see that toe seam. So you can choose whatever side you want. This is the bottom, so I'll probably have this maybe towards the back, and that's the front. So I'm going to place this just up just a little bit, and then I think I'm going to layer this bottom. That way it'll create a wider band, and this will be a two-tone band. Okay. So then I'm going to put a little bit of glue along that bottom edge. And I'm just going to do the top part of this white ribbon. There we go. Now it looks like it has the size of a band like the other one did. Alright, then I'm going to show you how I cut this dust mop for those ears. I always remove the tag. And each thing has a little, there's stitching, and then there's a space, and then there's stitching, and then another space, and then stitching in another space. So you can get four sets of ears out of one pad. But towards that outer edge, this part's going to be a little messy, and a lot of times I just use my rotary cutter. But tonight I'm just going to use my scissors. So all you do is you cut right in the center. And right where that is stitched along that outer edge, you're going to have a lot of this that comes off. But don't worry, there'll still be plenty left. It's not all going to be gone. But all that you're going to do is run your finger down that kind of like a little channel, and then you're just going to cut through there the lengths. And after you get so far, I kind of bend it. That kind of helps divide that and helps you see where you can cut. And then, of course, once you get to the other side, where all that, it's stitched all this way as well, you're going to have that little bit that comes out. And I'm not going to need this big piece left, so I'm going to go ahead and there we go. So I have one of those strips. Then what I'm going to do is find the middle. And I'm going to cut it over my trash can. Give it a little shake. Now before I used the popsicle sticks. And then Danielle had an idea of using pipe cleaners. So I'm not going to need one full one, so I'm just going to cut this in half. And then you can use, since I wanted to do white so it's kind of hidden, they have all different colors. I mean, you can use silver, gold, yellow, whatever color you want. And then if you want, you can fold the top over like I did on that other one. To hide. This one, I'm just going to put that pipe cleaner down. And I am going to roll this tip down just because it makes a little bit better tip of the ear. And from behind, you won't be able to see it as much, so okay. Then I'm going to do that to the other one. And fold that tip down. Okay. Then I'm going to turn these back over. They're looking so cute. I'm going to go ahead and glue these pieces of felt that I had cut using that little template. And if you didn't want to put anything in the center of the ears, you don't have to. I just think it gives a little bit more of a finished look. And I cut a little itty bitty piece before. I'm going to go ahead and round that a little bit so it looks like a tail. And then, of course, fluff it up. And then on the back, where my ribbons meet, I'm going to put some glue. And that little piece for the tail, I'm going to go ahead and place it. I love this little detail. Get it? Detail. Haha. Just makes it look like a finished product. Now, since this has a pipe cleaner at the top, I can bend that ear. Oh, you guys, pipe cleaner, I love the idea. The pipe cleaner is working good. Wait till you see this. Tail there. Place the ear. You can bend it to where it flops over. Or you can have it standing straight up. Good idea. Okay. And again, I'm leaving that little gap because I like to be able to see a little bit of the hat. And I think I am going to bend his ear down just a little bit. I love that detail. And this one, I had a set of these. They come in a set of 2. And I took the bow off of there because on the other one, I used a different ribbon. But I took this off and I thought, well, if he's wanting blue, I can use that as well as a decorative piece. I'm loving these. If and when you guys make these, I want to see pictures. Please send me pictures because I want to see yours too. They turn out so cute. Now for placement. Should I do it similar to the other one? I think I'm going to put this little bow in the center of that one. Just as a little extra detail. Maybe I should do the egg there with that. I think I'm gonna do that. It just looks a little bit better. And again, there's really no wrong way of doing it. Just play around. Maybe I want this one standing up and the other one bent down. Okay. That's going to look really cute. So I'm going to show you the placement. Oh, this one I have the words out, but that's okay. Turning out really cute. This placement would have looked cute on the other one too. But there's no wrong way of doing it. And I'm loving how they're looking. Oops, I made that one a little bit short. That's better. Okay. Or both of them can go down. I like that. Okay, I think this one's done. So this is the back, his little tail. I have both ears kind of going down a little bit. How cute is that? I cannot wait for them to get their hats. They turn out so cute. I'm just going to set him over there. Now this last one is that one that has the little spikes or the nubs or whatever. And I used this kind of like a little rainbow sock. Kind of makes me think of watermelon or spring. And on this one, I put both socks over it. Just because the first one, you could really see through it. So I went ahead and put both of them on there. When you embellish them, it really goes fast. Because you can make them as elaborate or as simple as you want. And I did not want to make them that hard, so I stayed pretty simple on these. I went a little bit more intricate with the Mad Hatter one that I did. And like I said, I will bring all of those up and show you those when I am all done here. I mean, I do like the effect that those little nubs give, but boy, it was not fun putting that sock on. It was scraping me up quite a bit. There we go. And remember this here that I said it came in a group of 2. I took the bow off of one and I removed it from the stem. Also be careful when you remove the stem off of there. I would not recommend breaking it off because you run the risk. This is just styrofoam. So I used my snips, and make sure you're holding on to the piece that, and then use the snips to do it. This will just fall since it has the weight. But if you hang on to this and just use your snips, this dowel will go shooting across the room. So be very careful. I learned that from experience. I did that last night. So just be careful if you remove it. And then also I did was I added my own little bow. This one I didn't think I would put bunny ears on it. I figured one of these on the front would look really cute. And then I can embellish with flowers or eggs or whatever. Make sure I find my back. That way this can go to the front. Then you're just going to add glue. Out of the ones you've seen, do you guys have a favorite that I have done? I think I know what some of you are going to say your favorites are. Now I'm just going to hold that in place for a second so it doesn't fall off. Should hold pretty good. Now I'm just seeing if I want to add some eggs or a flower. Or even both. Hi, Abby. Oh, I kind of like both. I'm going to let you see, and then you can choose. So there's my front. And I thought a little flower on the side would be cute. And then even maybe a couple Easter eggs. Would that be too much, you think? Or does that look okay? From here, it looks okay. But I want your guys' opinions. Or I could put eggs on both sides if you think the flower's too much. Or do you think the flower complements it? I love these. They turn out so cute. Oops, I thought that was going to go flying around on me. Eggs on both sides. That look cute? I do like that. but I also like the flour and the eggs. You know, really, I don't think there could be a wrong way, like I said before. Probably would depend on who it's going to, I guess, right? So if I went and did this, see, I can see my mother-in-law loving this because it has the floral with it as well. But I like it with just the Easter eggs too. I think I'm going to put 1 flour and 2 eggs just because it does make me think of my mother-in-law. Oops. Had to run away. And it doesn't take tons and tons of glue, especially with the styrofoam. If you use too much, it will melt it. I'm getting so excited because this is the last one. And then I get to show you guys all of the other ones that I've done. If you haven't seen them, oh my goodness, you're in for a treat. They turned out so adorable, so cute. They're so much fun to make. So there's that one. So even if you don't have the little dust mop, there's ways to make bunnies. You know, you can use something else. Or you could use burlap and just make burlap ears. Either way works. They all turn out so cute. And I find when you start working on one, your mind still just keeps going and going. And then you start thinking, oh, I can make this hat too. So, oh my goodness. I am so addicted to crafting. And I am so glad you guys love watching the videos. I had looked on my page a little while ago, and I have 449 followers, which, as I say all the time, that just blows my mind. So I'm already, I already have the Spread the Love Valentine drawing for tomorrow, which I've already notified the people. I've already done the drawing, and so they're getting their little goodies. But as soon as I get one more follower, I'm gonna draw another name because that'll give me 450. So on the 50s and the 100s, I draw names, and somebody will get a nice little gift. When I reach 500, I will draw 2 names. So I just want to be able to spread the love, let you let you guys know how much I appreciate all of your support and the kind words that you give me. I am so thrilled that so many people want to watch the crafts or know how I do these things. And by golly, just send me messages if you make some of the crafts, or if I inspire you to do something, or if you have ideas to give me inspiration. Message me. Send me pictures of your crafts. I would love to see them. So I'm going to go ahead and bring out all of the other hats that I have done. I've already given one out, the one that had this colored socks and it had bunny ears. I already gave that one to a friend, and then she asked me to make her a couple more. So these are the two bunny ones that I had done for tonight. Both of them have the little tail. They're gonna love them. Oh my goodness. And of course, you've seen this one. And then of course the steampunk one that I did tonight. And the steampunk one that I did from the other night. They look so cute together. Oh my goodness. I have some people that I think would flip over those. Okay, so let me grab this. This one is my Valentine one. And this is the first one that I did. It's just a little snowman one. Simple but sweet. And then of course I had to do a Dr. Seuss. I had to see if I could. And then this one is Thing 1 and Thing 2 inspired. The little sign says, I can show you a thing or two. I figured these look like Thing 1 and Thing 2's hair. So cute little, simple, but oh my goodness, you can tell what it is. And then last night I thought, well, I'm going to do St. Patty's Day one too. And so here's my St. Patty's Day. And I was still thinking steampunk, so I had tons of embellishments. So this one has tons and tons of gold embellishments, because with like a leprechaun and St. Patrick's Day, you gotta have tons of gold, right? So I just grabbed every bead that I could think of. And then this little leaf and this little ball, that is from a sprig that I had gotten from Walmart. It was like a 97-cent little pick. And I just cut some of the pieces off, and it's working so great. And then that little truck is really popular right now. When I saw that ribbon, I had to get it. The ribbon is from Walmart, but it was, I want to say it was under $1, or you got 3 ribbons for $1, if I remember right. But those are all of the hats that I've done, minus the one that I had already given out. If you have a favorite, let me know which one is your favorite. I mean, I've made so many, I can't fit them all on in the picture. I mean, there's just not enough room. But boy, they all have their own little character. This one just screams spring. With the colors. I love the color of the sock. Can you imagine a real hat that has that ombre effect? That would be really, really cute to wear. I mean, even if you were for like Halloween, or if you wanted to make like an outfit or a costume, you could attach this to a headband and then even place it. Oh, my glasses are in the way, but you could put it on a headband and you could wear them in a costume. Oh, I bet the steampunk ones would look really good as a costume. That would look really cute on a headband. What do you guys think? Or even for Valentine's? The bunny ones would be cute too. You could dress up as an Easter bunny. So cute. I normally dress up on Halloween. I try to do it all the time. But I also dress up for the entire month of December. Everybody just loves it. I love seeing all the smiles. So I'm sure I'm going to have to make one of these into a headband. Or make it to where it's interchangeable. I don't know. But I see a lot of hats in my future. And when I get all the details for a craft fair or a vendor show, I will let you all know where I'm going to be and what time and day and everything. And also, I wanted to talk to you about, I had purchased a Cricut a while back. I think it was like around Thanksgiving. And I really do need to play around with it a little bit more. And a good friend of mine, she has a little business that she does through Facebook. If you go to Abby's Designs, she's amazing. She ended up making me a mask. It's in my car because I use that one the most now. And I get so many compliments on it. It says Rolling with My Gnomies on one side, and then it has a gnome on the other side. Oh my goodness, so cute. Check her page out. Follow her, like her page. But you really need to check it out. I also go to Heidi Sombel's craft page on YouTube. I follow her on there. And then I also, what's the other one? White Sparrow Living. That one is another one that I'm kind of addicted to. And she recently made a Facebook page that is called Dollar Tree Sparrow's Nest. So you should check all that out. There is tons of crafts on there. Oh my goodness. Everybody inspires me that I see all of their stuff, and it makes me want to learn how to do it or do more stuff on my own and see where it goes. So you just can't go wrong. Does anybody else on here love crafting as much as I do? Oh my goodness. And when you gift them their facial expressions, that is like the best gift that you can ever get. I've given so many things out, and the feeling of just knowing that you've made somebody's day, that is the best gift you can ever get in return. I like the Dr. Seuss one too. And I made a gnome, well, a couple gnomes that have like a little jar inside the hat to make it stand up. And they turned out so adorable as well. Could you see this in a classroom? This would make a really good teacher gift. Any of them really would make a really good teacher gift, but this one I could see with Dr. Seuss having books and everything. I really think that would be a good one for a teacher. But I think I'm gonna let you guys go, and think of some more crafts. But I think quite a bit of these are probably just going to be tucked away in a tub. That way when I do a vendor fair, I'll have some. And I'll also be making some more. I have so many more to do. I also plan on doing a wreath. There's 2 different sizes, and it makes bunny. That one's already spoken for as well. But those little bunnies, these here, wrapping them, once I find an easier way of doing them, I think I'm going to do a live on those as well. Because I like how this one turned out. It was a nightmare when I was wrapping it. Because there's a section here, and a section here, and a middle section. So you couldn't just go like this, or you would hide all that detail. So I'm going to play around with it, see if I can come up with something, and I'll do a live on that as well. But I want to thank you guys for watching and always showing me tons of support and love on my page, and liking, watching, and make sure that you share. Just keep crafting and keep checking my page. I'll pop on from time to time. So far, I've been pretty good about letting you guys know, but once in a great while, I'll probably just hop on and see who shows. So, I'm going to let you go. You guys have a great rest of your weekend. Happy Valentine's Day. If you get the chance, spread some kindness, spread some love. We need it really bad right now. So, thank you again. And I hope that you really enjoyed this video as much as I had fun making all of them. And I will talk to you later. Bye.